What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome to Fort Myers Beach. Not exactly. We're in Bonita Beach right now, but we're heading towards Fort Myers Beach. And this is the start of our travels today. Not sure why the cops are here, but in typical Lee County fashion.
To make it appear they're doing something.
Yeah, make it appear like it's safe. So if you've ever played the game Roblox, this is where the game starts. But you go that way, but we're going this way. So this is Bonita Beach, and we're gonna do Bonita Beach, and then we're gonna move north all the way into Fort Myers Beach. So Katie's breathing is a little bit bad, but she has been improving, so take that with a grain of salt and don't complain about her breathing. I'm aware she's breathing. I can hear.
Yep.
She's getting better.
That Roblox claim pranks some bad stuff here.
Yeah.
People want to live the video game. I think it's dumb.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, I heard the Grand Theft Auto has Florida Man. People are gonna come here and live their Florida Man dreams.
Yeah.
We already have enough Florida Man, and we're gonna get it even worse.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So this was all destroyed by Hurricane Ian about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And by now it's been rebuilt. You can still see signs of the hurricane. Like on the left of us, you can see that some of those trees look like they never really recovered from the beating of the hurricane. Speed limit is 35 miles an hour. And these houses on the left are going to be at least $7 million, probably $4 to $5, $6 million.
Yeah.
They're under the millions because their backyard is actually the beach, so fancy right here. Bonita Beach, where do you even start? I mean, obviously the beach is gorgeous here. Bonita Beach is a pretty nice beach, fairly clear water clarity, so it's definitely a nicer beach. Very clear, good water clarity. We are on a new setup for recording. You can see me in the frame. Let me know if you like it or if you dislike it. I just dropped a video like that and people said they liked it off the bat.
Mm-hmm. I am off camera because I don't want to be on camera.
I don't think you're going to be on camera either way because, like, I think it cuts off here.
I could just show. Yeah.
Also, our breathing problems 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I think it's the new car materials that give us breathing problems. Who knows?
I don't know.
But check out these trees, man. You got coconut trees here. Pretty soon the snowbirds will be back. They're not here yet. I guess they installed these palm trees here. These are new. These are recent beautification. This is all part of the city limits of Bonita Springs over here.
Yeah. They put it in because they had to put something in nice after everything that happened here.
After the hurricanes, they all beautification. No, they've been beautifying Bonita.
Yeah, this place has never gone downhill other than having a hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Between Naples and Fort Myers, this place has always been growing and expensive. It's not going to get any cheaper, probably.
Never.
They're not making any more golf access homes.
Nope.
There's only so much. That's the one thing that we'll always appreciate, I feel. They're not making any more beachfront properties.
Nope.
This is one of my favorite fishing spots when I used to live over here.
I remember coming here. Dolphins used to come up and I was like less than 10 feet.
Oh yeah, there will always be dolphins here. Good sheepshead fishing spot. Snapper and sheepshead
Yeah,
spot
we
right
used to
here.
fish here all the time.
Yeah, this is the first little bridge. Awesome spot for fishing.
I remember we used to launch the kayak here.
Snook too. If you go right here if you just straight ahead, you'll hit Snook too in Reds. A lot of big snook come around that bend over there. Looks like it's high tide, medium.
I remember kayaking out there. I loved it.
So this here is technically known as Bays Island, but I don't think anybody ever knows it as that. Up ahead is Lover's Key State Park. There's actually Big Hickory Island. Notice the amount of people that are out there right now. There's actually a dog beach around here. We used to come, even though we didn't have a dog. We did have a dog for a while.
We brought Max out here. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we did once or twice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a normal thing we did. Beautiful day here. It's about 4:30, but it gets dark early this time of year. Snowbirds are starting to be seen, but they're not like here on a massive scale yet.
Probably not till January.
We'll see. Sometimes they start showing up early. What do I just see a boat? There's like nothing. What's hauling the boat? Does you see a boat? I don't see anything hauling it.
I think it's like a small SUV or something.
Or a car.
Yeah.
I believe this one's Big Carlos Pass right here. No, this is New Pass. New Pass right here. Beautiful view. I mean, man, this brings back memories. So in front of us is now Lower Ski State Park, I believe. Or not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
On the left is the Gulf of Mexico, and on the right is Estero Bay. Now, there's actually an island in the middle of Estero Bay that has an interesting history, and very people know about it. Mount Key has been inhabited since the time of the Calusa Native Americans. After that, it was inhabited by Spaniards, and today it is a, I think it's a state park.
We took our kayak out there.
Yes. It is actually a shell mound, man-made shell mound, that has been inhabited on and off for hundreds of years. I think the last inhabited people there might have been like in the 30s or 40s that were goat farmers, or goat herders, or whatever.
Not the kayak, the motorboat.
Yeah. I think we rented a boat one time too. I can't remember. I've been there a few times, but
Yeah.
Mount Key is in the middle of Estero Bay, and it was possibly the capital of the Calusa Native American Empire. It's actually flush with a tree line, so if you look at it, you'll never tell there's a mountain,
Yeah.
because the height of the mountain is flush with the treetops. And that is because I guess you could stand up there and overlook the entire Estero Bay from up there, but if you're on the ground, you couldn't see that there was a mountain. So very strategic piece of work by the Native American, Calusa Native Americans that were here. Of course, that came to an end when the Spaniards arrived. And even after Florida was handed over to the English, this part of Southwest Florida was inhabited by Spaniards into the English existence. That is because the English never really wanted to settle this part of Florida. It was way too harsh. Even after this area was ceded from the Spanish to the English, the Spaniards kept coming. Cuban fishermen continued coming up here, not year-round, but to set up fishing camps during the mullet run. In other words, this area has continually been inhabited for probably thousands of years. And today, it's the snobs,
Yeah.
the ultra-elite wealthy who are able to afford houses on these
I
properties.
remember fishing here too.
Oh yeah, a good redfish spot right here on the right.
Real good redfish.
Really good redfish spot right there. You get yourself a ladyfish head and you throw it out there. And I guarantee you, I tell you what. But if I had the money, I wouldn't mind having a little condo up here. It just takes a lot of money. Not everybody has it. They're building a new bridge here, so you got the speed limit's 25. We got a caravan of cars behind me that apparently they can afford to take it. I can't. I'm falling. In fact, that's a cop right there apparently, right?
They always got it here.
Yeah, so I'm not getting a ticket, but this is a new bridge that's going in here. Masterpiece of ingenuity. Massive piece of infrastructure coming in. They started this up after Hurricane Ian. I guess they realized the importance that this area needed
A bridge.
a bridge, more infrastructure. It definitely needs it. I think Hurricane Ian might have been a wake-up call for this piece of infrastructure.
Yep.
But if you haven't been to Fort Myers Beach in a while, this will be shocking to you. This will be shocking to you if you haven't been to Fort Myers Beach in a while, because it's definitely a new sight on the horizon here. A massive bridge, gorgeous. I mean, they didn't just build a bridge; they built a beauty of a bridge. Look at how gorgeous that span is. Look, it looks like shells. The bottom of the bridge looks like a shell. Yeah, this isn't just a bridge. This is a work of art. Let's be real.
Yep.
How many nights I spent when I lived in Naples fishing here? The whole night. I come up here and I'd be out here fishing the whole night. Katie calling me. Yeah, where are you? Are you at some other girl's house? You better be fishing.
I did say that. I probably did say that.
Entire nights that I spent out here fishing.
I didn't track you back then. I track you now. But yeah. He was always fishing.
Nah, it's only for a short little. Silly me, I could have been doing something else.
Literally, I would just go look for him. He'd either be one or two places. He'd either be at his dad's house or he'd be fishing. And I knew all the fishing spots, so I would just go look for him in the other car. Be like, wow, this man only fishes or goes to see his dad.
Yeah, very toxic relationship there when your wife's hunting for you. That was before. Now I think now she's got trackers on me because like now I don't know. I'm trying to figure out which app she's using to track me. She hasn't told me which one it is yet, but she's got like 3 apps that can track me. Like I can turn off. I figured out turn off the GM app on her phone. But hey, look, a washing machine. Want to pick it up for scrap metal? Wow, it's like a ghost town out here.
It's never this quiet.
This is bizarre for a Saturday.
It's probably...
Isn't it already November? What's the think?
It's like November 8th.
Dude, by now there should be people out here. And you figure, like, you know, people go to watch the sunset at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was under construction for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nightmare. Not everybody can afford to live out here. This is the type of place where you gotta have a big bankroll.
Yeah.
And you gotta have a bankroll to buy it and then an even bigger one to maintain it because this ain't cheap out here.
Mm-hmm.
HOA fees are insane out here. Property maintenance is insane out here. But it's the type of place where if you have the money, I mean...
You might as well if you have money.
But I'm honest, like, I don't know. If I had money, I would rather be in Sarasota than here.
Literally.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper and better. Better beaches, nicer people. People, I don't know what it is about Fort Myers Beach. This place,
Kinda...
the people here are nasty.
Yeah.
This is one of them places where people are just
It's
nasty.
weird.
Not sure why. I figure if I had this kind of money, I'd be the happiest guy on earth. Look up, now pan. If I had enough money to live here, I'd be the happiest guy on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't catch me frying if I could afford to live here. Beautiful. Look at the water, baby. You can see the water from here. A few boats out there. That's Sanibel in the distance. I've had people requesting Sanibel from our YouTube channel lately, and I haven't done it, and I probably won't do it, to be honest. It was a mess last time we were there a while back, and I don't like Sanibel. I don't like going to Sanibel. I'll go to the Causeway. That's about it. I've never been a fan of Sanibel. I'm not sure why. I haven't. I really haven't. Well, this is like a movie theater right here, right? That's what this building
I think
is,
it
right?
might have used to be.
Used to be. It's closed now.
Yeah.
No signs or nothing. Elevated like that. There's still a lot of vacancy here. It's been 3 years since Hurricane Ian, and a lot of this still looks like a construction site. So.
I do remember going to the movies here.
With whom? With your parents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago. I think when we lived in Naples.
Watched the movies.
We met someone here. I don't know.
Flamingo Inn is still there. I'm surprised that thing survived. This still looks like a construction site for the most part.
Why does the cemetery look like a construction spot?
Yeah, everything got destroyed here. There's a cemetery there?
Yeah, I believe that's a cemetery.
No, I don't think that's a church.
There was a cemetery out front, I believe.
They got to go move somewhere cheaper. They can't afford to live here anymore. You know, in Naples, they actually moved the cemetery to build houses. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Naples, the cemetery was in downtown Naples. They moved it further north because, like, they wanted, and I think pretty soon that cemetery,
They built Pine Ridge Road over a cemetery.
Right, yeah. But they were black people, so it wouldn't, I mean, back then that wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that house. Well, they weren't white, Katie, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't even know why you bring up something like that. Knowing the answer would have been something so horrible you'd say like that. I don't even understand why you'd say something like that, knowing the answer to it, Katie.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a big problem back then. It's just y'all making a big deal out of it now. People back then didn't say a word about it. You're making a big deal now. That wasn't even a big deal back then, Captain.
It probably was a big deal.
That's Naples for you. So it's like a giant, never-ending construction site here.
Yeah.
You're trying to make a big deal out of something today that wasn't even that big of a deal back then, Cat. That happened all the time.
Doesn't make it right, but it happened.
Well,
so.
if it was wrong, they'd have never done it to begin with. They'd have never even done nothing like that if it was wrong, Cat.
What's wrong with you?
It's a little bit of the Alabama coming out.
Yeah.
It'd have not even been wrong had you mentioned it. But yeah, in Naples, there used to be a cemetery in downtown, and they moved it to like North Naples. And I think that cemetery in North Naples, I mean, that's a prime real estate to die there. Not everybody can afford to die there. Just a bunch of rich old people and a couple of my family members, and that's about it. Not everybody can afford to be buried there. That's a luxury getting buried right there. I think eventually they're gonna grab all them people and put them in a locker or something.
Remember this Publix? Came here to sell my van.
Oh yeah, we sold that van to a Mexican guy.
Yeah.
What was it, like $1,100?
Yeah, it was my dream van. It kept breaking down.
I'm sorry, baby.
GMC Safari.
Yep.
I have no idea why I wanted it, but I did, and it was awesome while I had it.
Well, when it wasn't broken, or remember the time it broke down in traffic?
Oh my, yeah. It broke down in traffic. We had to call your dad.
The battery died because alternate. That thing was like plugged.
It was plagued.
Where did we get that thing? Where did we get that thing? I'm trying to remember. We had so many cars over the years. I remember that's the time. I remember one time I drove it wearing my white fedora hat.
Yeah.
It was like a white Astrovan, but it was like the one that had like the
green stripes and everything.
Oh yeah, like pinstripes, green.
Any car that I had was green. Something happened to it.
It wasn't just an Astrovan. This thing was pimping. This was like the one with the green pillowy seats.
Yeah.
It was white, but it had like green stripes all over, like a two-tone.
It was awesome.
Yeah. And make a good lowrider these days.
Yeah, and remember our first Yukon? The blue one, it broke down in Naples Park.
That was a nightmare. We got burned on that one.
Yeah. Remember your brother
People in Naples are bad. I can't remember over the years how many cars we bought that had something really bad wrong with them, and they'd sell you a car that had a massively bad problem. Like somebody sold me that Yukon, and that Yukon had it had a problem where the alternator cracked the engine block.
Something about a flywheel?
The flywheel would, yeah, the starter, and the flywheel would crack the engine block and the transmission block. So they welded it back in place and then sold it to me. And of course, after you turn the car on 4 or 5 times, it cracked again. And those were like some Mexican people in Bonita that sold that car to us. People are bad.
Yeah, because they were going back to their country.
Because they were going back to, it had like New Mexico tags or something. People are bad.
Yeah.
Remember the rich guy that ripped us off, and then we heard that he had ripped other people? Yeah. Some of these people got rich by being scumbags. A lot of these rich people here in Naples and Fort Myers Beach, if you knew how these people made their money and the things, all they care about is money. They don't care about hurting other people. Me, I could never make $1 if it was dirty.
Yeah.
But maybe when I was younger and stupid, but today as an adult, I could never see myself, capitalizing on somebody else's downfall. Yeah, you cover hurricane damage, for example, but that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But me making a video doesn't really make a difference anymore. Like,
no.
But that's just doing news, But actually, doing something that's detrimental to somebody else, that's not honorable,
Yeah.
Dishonest. What's this place right here? Charros Brothers? A Mexican food truck? Alright.
Yeah.
There's a Cuban food truck out here, but there's probably no parking. Anyways, it's just over the years working in Naples, man, in Fort Myers Beach.
I remember these jobs we had. I remember working out in, what's that? Aqualine Shores.
Yeah, the guy that didn't want to pay us.
What?
The guy with the toilets that didn't want to pay us, and I smashed him on his driveway.
In Aqualine Shores?
Yeah. You're in a $4 million house in Aqualine Shores. Why are you ripping off a guy picking up garbage, Oh, he thought he wasn't going to pay me. He was like, I'm going to grab you a check for $120. I'm like, dude, it's $240. Oh, this is what I'm going to give you. You're going to take it and you're going to get off my property. I said, oh, you don't know me, buddy. Man, I grabbed all them toilets. I put my truck and trailer outside, and I smashed all these toilets on his front yard.
He paid you the $240?
Did he?
I don't remember.
I don't know what he paid me. No, he didn't. I didn't get paid that day. I didn't get paid for that job. But I grabbed the toilets and I smashed him on his driveway. He thought I was going to neatly put it back in his garage. Screw you, you're not paying me. I went out, I parked out by the road, and he had his cars in the driveway. I grabbed all these toilets and I smashed them on his driveway. Boom, 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 boom. Smashed all these toilets on this guy's driveway.
I remember the job that I went
I'm not
with
done
you.
talking. I'm not done telling my story. Don't interrupt me.
Okay.
Smashed all these toilets on his driveway. And then his neighbors called the county on him, and the county charged the city of Naples, actually. The city of Naples, he couldn't find somebody else to do the job. So he didn't want to pay me, try to rip me off. So I grabbed the toilets and I smashed them on his driveway. Boom, boom. I boxed his cars in. He couldn't get out. So then he couldn't find nobody to do the job.
Yeah.
And it sat out there too long, and the city of Naples gave him a $1,000 fine. And then he had to pay my competitor, which charged twice what I did. So he could have paid me what the job was worth, $240, but because he tried to rip me off, he ended up paying like $1,200 to do the same thing. What a scumbag.
Yeah.
And we had already worked for this guy in the past through his contractor, and his contractor gave me $240, but he charged $300 or $400.
Yeah.
So by working directly through me, he was already saving $140. But those are the type of scummy people you get down here. What's your story, love?
Remember the house with the boat, the yacht in Aqualine Shores?
That was a fun though.
What? It was really fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So this Russian guy owned like a mansion in Aqualine Shores with on the water. This is probably today. What do you think that's worth today? 20 million, 15 million?
It was up there.
Yeah, this is like a $20 million property. Guy's in Russia. He's not even here. Guy's not even in the United States. He's like in Russia. And he called me because he had like some paperwork in the attic that he needed to get rid of. If I tell you, no lie, this house was so big I got lost in it. I literally during the job had to call the guy, and I was like, dude, I got lost in this house. I'm like, what? I'm in a pink room or something, and every room was different. There was a pink room, there was a black room, there was an orange room, a green room. Every room had a different theme, but I got lost in the house. I was walking through the house and I got lost, and so I called the guy back, and like I'm in this colored room. It's like, okay, walk this way, walk that way, because the house is so big. I literally got lost, and I mean lost. Like I couldn't find my way out. And like the rooms were like octagon shaped, and they had like 3 or 4 doors on each side. So it was like, how do you get out of here?
Yeah.
It was like a maze. But anyways, that job was really cool. But the stuff was that we were getting rid of was a trash out.
Yeah.
Was like in an attic. Tax papers. It was tax papers, and it was what do you call it when you like get copyright for something? The paperwork for patents. It was all patents, and it was all tax papers. And we're talking a ton of paper. You know what a ton is? It's 2,000 pounds. Eventually, it really came out. Oh, for rent sign on the beach. That's crazy. That's wild.
Well, it's rentals for bikes. It's bike rental.
No, it says for rent right here on this
Really?
side. Look, behind the sign, look. It says for rent.
Crazy.
Look, see what it says for rent? Yeah, it's for rent. You see behind the no parking sign?
Yep.
It's a for rent sign. Well, anyways, like it really was like 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. It was really closer to 2 tons of paper, all in an attic. I had to crawl up a little ladder, grab the boxes, and put them down. He was like, this needs to go away. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So they had to go away, and we brought it all down. And then he had a boat parked out back. And I say a boat, I mean, this thing was like 40 feet long and like 18 feet wide type of thing. Like, it was a boat. Is there probably a yacht?
It was a yacht.
It was a yacht.
It was a full-size yacht.
Yeah. Okay, go figure. The boat had 2 engines inside of it. And each engine was bigger than a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how big the engine was. Well, there's 3 workers on that boat full time. And they were there, and there was these young kids. Like 2 of them were drunk and 1 was sober. That's basically their routine. Was like, their routine is like, somebody's always got to be sober.
Yeah.
But they're there in case, like, he'll be like, according to them, like the guy might want the boat in like Costa Rica, so I gotta drive this boat from Florida to Costa Rica type thing. But they said that they've driven this boat all over the world. Like this thing, they just drive this thing everywhere. So they're there full time, and they were like, "Hey, you want to go for a boat ride?" Because these kids, they're bored out of their minds. 2 of them are drunk, passed out drunk. One of them's sober. One of them always has to be sober.
Yeah.
Unless they're moving the boat, and then when they know they move the boat, they all gotta be sober.
Yeah.
But it was one of those deals where like, okay, so these kids, you know, they were like bored out of their minds, and they have to drive the boat every day. So when we finished the job, they're like, "Hey, you want to go for a boat ride?" Or, you know, like I was like, "Sure, let's do it, man." So his workers took me on a boat ride.
Yeah.
They took me out Gordon Pass. So here I am on this, like, what is that boat worth? Like $7 million yacht.
I mean, I was with you.
Yeah. Me and Katie wearing our work uniforms are on this $7 million yacht.
There's photos too.
We got photos. We got a lot of photos out there, yeah. What are these guys doing? We're on this like $7 million yacht. What are you doing? What are you doing? You don't have to try to pray, man. You don't have to run away. What are you doing? And we got to the dolphins, followed the boat all the way up to Gordon Pass. Cool. It was incredible. There's people here. It's not even that much of a vibe, though.
No.
Pretty sad. Let's leave. There's just some people out and about. Let's see here. Slow down a little bit. Yeah, it's a traffic jam. There's no parking. There's not even parking enough here.
Yeah.
This is like a Barrington Beach, but there's nowhere to park.
Yeah.
Actually, I would rather here on Barrington Beach than here on that. No.
Yeah.
That might be too much of a stretch. I don't know. Maybe Barrington Beach isn't as nice as this. What do you think?
I don't know.
Personal taste. This bridge is definitely dope. No, I guess this is a little bit more cool than Barrington Beach. It is, but there's no parking, and the water clarity here is never as nice as Barrington Beach.
Yeah.
From up here, we'll be able to see all of Fort Myers.
Yep.
Watch this, guys. When we get up here, we'll get a view straight to Fort Myers from here. Yeah, buddy. What a view. The Fort Myers, baby. And remember that all this was 15 feet underwater during Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
All of this was 9 to 15 feet underwater. This mobile home park over here barely survived. And there it is, guys. That's a drive through the islands here. I wouldn't say the snowbirds are back yet here. This looks pretty slow. But hey, to each their own. Checking out from For My Baby. For Mizzle to the Chisel Rizzle Tizzle. For Mizzle.
Authentic Cuban food. Coffee with love.
Really? There's a Cuban place? There's a lot of
It's
Cuban
a coffee
food
thing, but it's not open right now.
All right, y'all. Check it out.